Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Tuesday, May the 31st. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room. I share my screen all day long, and I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The room is free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas in order to come into the room. Now, as many of you probably know, today is the last day that you can get our premiums package, which includes Holly, our RBIs and GBIs, and our price alert system for a one-time license fee. That fee would be $888. You use this link to get it. June 1st, we will be no longer offering the the lifetime subscription. So again, if that's what you want to do, you should do it today. This is the last day. All right, now, a lot of times when I do the video, I like to have a stock, and maybe I can get this thing moving. Envo is the one I'm in right now. Some of us are in this one. I'm in at 303 actually, so it hasn't moved at all. Came from the option plays right here at, where are you? Right here. 1248 at 298, so really hasn't moved very much from there. The reason I'm interested in it, not obviously, but the fact that it did break the whole number. But I think if I look at the daily chart on it, notice that it has a nice little potential gap, 346 from 303. So, I mean, it's not a huge gap, but on a percentage basis, that's not bad. So, if it moves up from there, into the 320s or so, that would be I would take that as a win. So we'll have to see what happens. So right now, as I say, I'm in this one at 303. Let me just get back this time frame, the 15-minute chart. Okay, and I'll stick it over on my other monitor. And if it goes down below 3, I will definitely be getting out of it. All right, well, actually a very energetic day today. We had a long weekend in the States, so the markets were closed on Monday. And sometimes it can be kind of sleepy. It's the first, it's almost June, summer's coming, but you know what? I think the market's pretty active all year round now. So I just think that there's always things that we can find in trade ideas, and this was one of them. CLF, Cliffs. We saw this in the pre-market, and I open the room at about 8:45 every day, and we start our pre-market prep. Start sharing my screen at 8:45, and then I get it live on the mic at 9. So we all saw this one, Cliff, in the morning. Obviously a nice little pop. 312 is where it closed on Friday, and it had this beautiful move up. So I got into this stock at 417 right here on this initial candle, and I traded it out 429, got up to 429 here, and then as it came back down, I got out of the trade. So it was a very quick trade. I don't often take quick trades like that, but it just looked like it had some motion in it, and so and it was over the whole number, so I decided to take it. So that was a great early morning trade. Fro came from Holly, and unfortunately, I got shaken out of it. I took the trade. See, the trigger was at 8:45, and so the trigger was right about here. I took the trade a little bit late at 8:53. Notice it spiked up to 8:59, and then it came back down. And on this movement right here, I decided to exit the trade, and I did not get back into it. I really, it kind of took my eye off it a little bit, but not a bad trade though. If you follow the non-exit profit column, not a bad trade at all. Now here was really the trade that kind of made my day. It was GXP, another early trade, and GXP also came from the options window. Let's take a look at it. Where did it first? GXP at 950 at 28.98. That was the trigger. So 28.98. So right 28.98. So right below the whole number. I took the trade at 29.12. This says 29.09, but I took the trade at 29.12. Right here, it had broken over the whole number, and decided to take the trade. I had a pretty tight stop on it. 29.12. If it had broken down through 29, I definitely would have got out. But look what happened. A beautiful move on these 15-minute candles. I did take some out at 29.39, and then took some more out at 29.76 in this area. Looking for that break here of 30. It almost looked like it was going to break. Had this beautiful intraday void that we could have perhaps filled some. Just didn't do it. And as it came back down, I decided to get out at 29.65. But a nice early trade. This one kind of made my day because I had a pretty tight stop on it, so I was able to take quite a few shares. BOSC was one that I missed. A lot of people in the room got into this one, though. I missed this one. I think Boiler in the room, I think probably alerted us to right around here. I was busy with the other trades, and so I did miss this one. I tried to trade this twice, and with first time I lost money, second time was flat. I did get in again at what was the price? I think 39 for 439. Okay, I did not make an announcement in the room on it. I just kind of did it on my own. I'm out some here, and see what happens. But the reason why this has, of course, had this sort of a move. I shouldn't say of course. I always say of course as if it's so obvious, but it's not obvious. But here we are, 1.68 million shares in the float. So if you don't know what that means, basically stocks are just are like any other commodity out there, supply and demand. So if there's not a lot of supply and there's a big demand, usually the price goes up, and that's with virtually anything you can think about. So 1.68 million shares in the float means that in theory there are only less than 2 million shares available to be traded. And if people want the stock, I mean, look what's happened. 16 million shares have traded. Its relative volume is through the roof. So when people want the stock, this is the sort of action that you get. And it had earnings. This means it had earnings. And obviously the earnings were really blowout earnings, and probably pretty good guidance and all. So this should be watched going forward. I think if we take a look at the daily, we will see that I don't know if there's any other. This could be. I don't know if it's a lifetime high. Stop it. I don't know if it's no. It's not a lifetime high, but nonetheless, we're at this. What level are we at now? We're at about the 450 level right here. So look at this, big void up here that can possibly be filled. So, and that's quite a while ago. So this definitely has to be watched going forward. As I say, I missed the early. Come on, let me get this all the way back to today. Here we go. So I missed the early pop, but glad to participate a little bit in it. But I know a lot of people in the room were in around this area here. And let's see, anything else? Oh, NVAX. That's right, another early one. Forgot about NVAX. NVAX it's been okay. I think NVAX again. Actually, that popped right on my option plays right at 9:30. So right when the market opened. Notice it right here at 6:04. If I take a look, I got into the trade at 6:12, right here. Let me see, I actually had an alert for it right there. Took the trade at 6:12 and sold some at 6:23, and I'm just kind of hanging on to see whether or not this has been consolidating now for a long time. If it moved back down to 612, I would get out. But I think again, if you look at the daily chart, and this is always so important, why do I take certain trades? Why don't I not take other trades? Well, look at the daily chart. It looks like it's trying to recover a bit. Has a bit of a void to maybe the 667 mark. So it's not a tremendous void, but up here, 873. I mean, we might anticipate some resistance in this area, but certainly up to this area on a chart, that's what a lot of people will be looking at. So that's why I took the trade over the whole number. It was an options play, and I like the void. So that's what I look at. People ask me all the time, well, how do I know which ones to take? I don't know. I mean, there's no magic bullet in any of this, but you can probably put the odds in your favor when you see patterns like this. All right, the only other one I did take, and this a bit of a disappointment. Let's get to a 15-minute chart. You're going to see what I mean here. So this actually was one of my price alerts that I had put, I don't know, sometime last week, and I wanted to be alerted. I should actually go back to the daily. You'll see why I put the alert. Obviously, look at this beautiful void right here. So I had set an alert at actually 3809, and you like this bottoming tail on Friday. Means again, the sellers tried to take it down, the buyers took over again, and then when it popped up through 38, I decided to take the trade. Again, you just look at this void. When I say this, look at the void. Of course, there's no guarantee it's going to fill the void or do anything from the time I take the trade. But when you look at the chart, it has a chance. There's no technical resistance on the chart itself that's going to impede it. A million other reasons could stop it from moving up, but at least you don't have to worry about chart resistance. So let's see what happened when I took the trade. And I did something a little bit atypical for myself. I ended up getting into the trade at 38.11 right here. Look what the pop. It popped up almost immediately, 38.38. I was feeling pretty proud of myself. 38.42, and then it started coming down, and I actually exited the trade basically flat. And it's been a bit of a roller coaster. It has popped through again that price, so I will continue to watch it. A lot of this downward motion had a lot to do with the SPY. I think if we take a look at the SPY, this is the same time that the SPY was moving down, so SPY definitely was not helping that trade at all. Anyway, that's it. I'm still again going to watch the Envo as it holds 3. As long as it holds 3, there's no reason for me to get out, and we might get a pop into the 320s and see what happens. So beating this horse to death, I understand, but again, this is the last day that you can get our premium strategies on a lifetime license basis. And again, people say, well, what does that really mean? Well, what it really means is, okay, aside from the fact that it'll cost you $880 and that's your lifetime license, that's exactly what it means. It means that if you ever stop trading for a while, you want to take the summer off, or for whatever reason you decide you don't want to trade for a while, and you stop your subscription to Trade Ideas, if you re-sign, if you resubscribe, the premium services are still waiting there for you, and that's what a lifetime license means. Tomorrow, what's going to happen is that the only way you're going to be able to get our premium services is on a monthly basis, or of course we will still offer it on a yearly basis, but just not on a lifetime basis. So just to let you know, it'll be $188 a month or $1,888 for the year. For the premium services. All right, and again, I'm live all day long, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, and I open the room at about 8:45, and I share my screen all day long. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.